seconds. Go ahead. Hey, family. How you guys doing? It is Wednesday night. Hump day, hump day. Thank God for another day that we have not seen today. I'm so excited about the Renewing of Your Mind series. Something that we have to do faithfully every day.
Hey.
Husband had to run out for a minute. Hey, babe. Hey. So, just wanted to just go back into saying about renewing of our minds. I am so thankful that it's a everyday walk. So I'm just gonna open up with prayer in the scripture, and then we're gonna dive right on in. Okay. So, Father, I thank you right now for this time of coming together. I thank you, God, for the renewing of our minds. I thank you, God, for 2019 about to come in, Lord. I just thank you, God, for bigger and better things, Father. I just thank you for everyone that are hearing my voice, Father, our voice, that let new things happen in 2019. Don't let procrastination stop any of us from going to the level that you have called us to go. And Lord, I just thank you for your love. I thank you for your grace. And I thank you for your mercy right now. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. So, going up with the scripture in John 8:32 in the King James Version. And it says, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." And so one of the things about when I was talking about truth is we definitely need to invest in ourselves. And that is one of the last things that we do as a people is invest in ourselves. We'll go buy Jordans. We'll go buy Michael Kors. We'll go buy, hey Ken, thanks for coming in. We'll go buy whatever tickle your fancy, whatever kind of outfit or whatever that you like. You invest in that, and you don't have a problem with spending $200 for some sneakers, making Michael Jordan his money long, and you trying to make payments or whatever you trying to do. But you got to invest in yourself, right, babe?
Yeah, I agree. You definitely have to invest in yourself.
Okay, so one of the things that, as we were talking earlier, we always, well, not always, but I was saying this last year, my husband and I, we just been investing. So, babe, just share with them on some of the investments that you've been doing and what it has just for yourself, personal development, just for you, and what has it done for you at this point?
Well, first of all, I just want to say I appreciate you for having me on. I want to say that, what you got going on is amazing. And this is actually an investment into yourself and doing things you ain't done before. So I would definitely want to say I appreciate that.
Awesome.
So the things that I have invested in myself, just with this year, just going to conferences and doing a lot of reading. And every single day what I do as a ritual is from 7 to 8, I do some mindset building. So what I do is I research some different information. Right now I'm reading, well, actually listening to The Richest Man in Babylon. And what that's doing for me is changing my mindset, changing how I think, changing how I operate. What they're stating is they say you should take 10% of your earnings and put them up, and then you should learn what you want to invest that 10% in. As far as, like, for me, I do different businesses and different things. However, what I was doing is, instead of me learning 100% of what I was investing my money in, I would spend the money, invest the money, and I took a lot of losses. So what I'm learning with this book is you have to educate yourself on what you want to invest in, and you have to continue to save the money to invest in. So you definitely have to invest in yourself. And for me, like I said, investing in myself is just, like I said, reading and challenging myself, listening to my wife. She has some amazing things, that is giving me a day-to-day ritual as far as with, getting up early in the morning, you know what I'm saying, praying, you know what I'm saying, coming on here, giving me the platform to come on every Wednesday and, just stretching me to do things that I wouldn't do that's actually taking me to another level. So let's say them are the different things that I'm doing for me, through you. And like I said, I really appreciate that. So that's some of the things that I'm doing to help me become a better person.
All right. Well, awesome. Because that stretching, we have been stretching each other. And as I was saying before, this whole year, just from last November to now, just seeing the growth in my husband, just where he is today, just from where he is from 4 years ago. This will be our anniversary when we first officially met this month in a couple days. Been life-changing just on that note. And so just seeing him in the light that he is in now and the light that I'm in now is just nothing but God and his grace and his mercy and us willing to invest. And I'm not saying it to you guys to just say you need to invest, because it took us a minute too. And just being a part of the credit business, that was our number one investment for ourselves, just so we could get in position to be able to buy a home. And then next thing you know, we keep being just amazed with what God is doing with personal development, just being a part of that. We had a conference on last Saturday, and the conference was amazing. And it's just, when you surround yourself with people who mindset is being renewed and being changed and wanting to go higher and better in life, and just seeing people who are really doing it and really leaving legacies for their family. So it is like we have gotten into a huge movement. And we just trying to help people get financially free. And it's just amazing on how it's just transformed our lives, just on the personal development of it. And we know as we continue to keep going higher in it, that the finances is definitely there. It's going to be on a whole nother level. Yes. 2019 is about to come in, and people like to stay in their comfort zone. And when it's stretching you, when it's causing you to do something different that you've never done before. And some people really haven't picked up a book. So even with the stretching, my husband, he ain't like reading.
I didn't.
But now he reading everything.
Yes.
He's reading everything, and he's sharing with me, and I just see what God is doing in his life, and he's just taking some amazing steps. And I appreciate him for just, supporting, things that, just supporting the business, just supporting me. He sees, he knows, besides God, he sees and he knows where I'm struggling at. He sees when I'm having a moment of feeling down, or feeling like I'm not going hard enough, or feeling like, people just ain't getting it. And I'm just, he knows how to encourage me and knows how to put it back to me to say, you doing da-da-da and da-da-da, and you doing da-da-da. So, and I just thank him for that, because we was on the call one morning and on the credit business. The Power Start Your Day is with our amazing leader, mentor, Nicola Smith Jackson. When I tell you guys about Power Starting Your Day, it was just this one day last week of the spirit of gratitude. And I mean, just the call itself was so amazing. And we just been in that spirit of gratitude, and even when things is not going the best way or the way you want it in life, that's where you have to change your mindset or renew your mind to certain things that's going on in your life. Mm-hmm. And when you do that, you can have that spirit of gratitude. Because then, even when things is not going the best, when you got your mindset is being renewed, now you're going to look at it in a whole different situation. You know, thanks for showing some love, you know, and agreeing. But when your mindset is renewed, you're going to think about things in a whole different light, and you're going to come to that spirit of gratitude. And when we got off the call, I was just so full.
It's gonna be all right. Yeah, it's definitely a mindset change, and it's like when you see something that's so pure, so amazing, and you know, it's like you always help people, and now you seeing it come to fruition. These are emotions that you have because you know that God is real and that God is true. And you know, when you transpire and you have a transformation of the mind, and it becomes into your physical and your finances, you get emotional and you're real thankful and just amazed how God can come and use his spiritualness into your life. You know what I'm saying? So my wife, she's definitely a giver, always been a giver, and always focused on other people. And it's just amazing to see how God can come and do things in her life because of the things she has done. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely have to continue to, you know, go out there, continue to transfer your mind, to do things you ain't never done before. You know what I'm saying? And just continue to help other people, because God will bless you when you bless his people. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're here for, is to be a vessel for God. You know what I'm saying? That's what Jesus Christ was here for. You know what I'm saying? To come and to be a blessing and to show the purity and the love of God. And that's where we directly come from. So it's our responsibility to help his people and to help others. And God is going to help you. And the bigger you think, the bigger that he's going to help. So if you want to help millions, he's going to give you the platform. But you have to think that big, that you can be that vessel. You know what I'm saying? So that's why my wife is emotional, and because she sees it happening right in our face. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this right here was just an idea. Now it's an action. You know what I'm saying? So you have to continue to transfer your mind, continue to educate yourself, and continue to be around people that's on fire. So when your fire is dying, you can be around them people that can get you back going, because the devil will pour water on you and you could be flaming. And then you look up and one day you like, should I even be doing this? So you have to go back and surround yourself around people like my wife that's going to get you back fired and say, you know what, you can do this. I don't care if you feel like this is the worst day ever. You have to put yourself around them type of people, even when you don't feel like it, even when you saying this ain't gonna work for me. Surround yourself around people that it is working for, and then you'll be able to get that energy back. You know, like even with the credit business, I was having some doubt because I've been talking to a lot of people that really, really need it. And they would say, you know, as soon as you ask them, do they know anybody with imperfect credit and they want to make an increase? And the first thing they say is me. So what you do is you say, okay, I got something for you. And when you offer the information, it's like, you know what I'm saying, they hide from you. And it's like, well, I'm just trying to help you. You know what I'm saying? So it gets real tough in that business, because you know you want to help people, but they're not ready to be helped. So for me, I was kind of down in it. And we just got off a call just about 10 minutes ago. They got me fired back up to say, you know what, it's time for me to get back out there, get to the masses, talk to the people that need help. You know what I'm saying? When I mean that is different businesses need our services. So I'm going to get back out there and I'm going to go back and I'm going to start, because I needed to hear that. And before that call, I was doing something else. Even during the call, I was acting like I had something else going on. And God closed that book and said, you know what? You need to pay attention, because I got somebody that's going to be on this call that's going to get you back fired up. And that's exactly what happened. So I want to thank my wife for tuning in to the call, having this show, and just having me just around, because I'm just so appreciative that I'm going to the next level and I get to go with her.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. So that's that spirit of gratitude that I was trying to tell you about. And, you know, my husband is such a supportive person, and he reminds me, because I was like, you know, I got to go higher. I got to go deeper, and I got to stop playing with this thing. I need to do this. And he was like, you're not playing at all with it. And then he just started reminding me of all the things that I do. And even before I come on, all the things I did in one day to and still be faithful and still be coming on and still studying and still reading and still listening to the calls and still talking to people and still, you know, trying to make people laugh and still trying to pour into somebody. And he just constantly kept going on and on and on. And I was like, wow, you know, so I'm thankful that I could have somebody that reminds me, because sometimes when we do a lot, we don't realize how much we're doing. Just like, you know, the mindset of, and I'm getting a little off track, but I'm going to bring it back around again. Just the fact that, you know, I have 4 kids of my own, and all 4 of them have been through the college, and one just finally graduated. And people remind me or tell me that is a blessing when you have 4 kids that is in college. You know, one that came out, one need to, you know, finished up, and you got 2 left. And I don't think about it like that because it's been a rough road, whereas you got to constantly be there and be the backbone and be the supporter and be the encourager and be the motivator and be the inspiring one. And when you so into just inspiring and doing all of the things that I just said, you don't think about the blessing it is to have all 4 of them at one time, you know, just being where they were, you know what I'm saying? And to have one that just come out and graduate. So I'm so thankful. And yes, Katrina, greater is he that is in you. Yes. And can't do it without him. So I'm so appreciative. And thank you all for coming on. That's who's here. So when you need to renew your mind and you investing in yourself, you got to realize that you are important. You only have one life to live. And we are in control of that life, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, my husband made the conscious decision to just seeing him from when I first met him to now. He's an entrepreneur anyway, by heart, by spirit, by his whole being. And just to see him go to a whole different level and just to see where he is in the growth, it makes me proud. You know, that God to join 2 of us together and to be able to go to that whole nother level. And, you know, some of the things that, you know, with renewing of your mind and just investing in yourself, you know, just, it doesn't have to be something big. Just do something different.
Right.
That you never done. And if you never, you know, read Rich Man, Poor Man, read that book. You know, if you never read Think and Grow Rich, read that book. Read some books that is going to cause your mind to think beyond you. Hey, Paris.
Hey, Paris.
We love you too. You know, read some books that is going to stretch you, because we could stay in the comfort zone. We could stay in mediocre. But God is calling us to a whole nother level. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, we have to be willing to go to that whole nother level, you know, and then just, you got to be about people, you know. You got to, when you're renewing your mind and you just investing in yourself, read the book, spend some time with your family, you know, and if you work too hard and you just not spending enough quality time with your friends and your family, just do some of that, you know what I mean? Invest into yourself. Go to a conference. You know, we've been, how many conferences, baby?
We've been to a lot. And like I said, and like she was saying about, you know, as far as with doing things for yourself, first thing that, you know, with entrepreneurs is we have to have some type of calendar. You know what I'm saying? Some type of account, you know, so you can be accounted for. So my thing is, you know what I'm saying? You have to get the time, get the dates, and write down what you're going to do, and then write down some goals. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And make the goals accomplishable. And as you get them, then stretch the goals. Then continue to stretch the goals. Then teach someone else to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. And that's where the win comes. When you can have somebody duplicating what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not easy. It's not easy to transfer other people's minds. But when you got hungry people, you got to feed them. You know what I'm saying? So they say and like I said, we kind of getting off track, but they say a lot of people has attention deficit, but a lot of times is they just bored in what you trying to have them pay attention to. So you have to be able to stretch their mind and give them something that's gonna feed them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think on that.
Can you get the vision board?
Yes, I can get the vision board.
The small one. So, one of the things that you guys can do, and I don't know if you guys are aware of the vision board, but people have, over the last few years or so, if not longer, have been doing vision boards. And so what a vision board is taking your dreams. And when I first did one last year, I've heard about them, but just never really did one myself. But when I start to put the vision board down and start to create it, it really stretches you on where you want to go for 2019. So this is my 2018 vision board. And we're going to do one as a family on next week. So instead of us just sitting around, having a good time family-wise playing games, we're going to do a vision board. So be ready, Paris, when you come.
Right.
You and Jeremy for our vision board. But a vision board looks like this. This is just my small one. And this is just something you want to do in 2019. And when you put it together, you have your goals. You could just get, letters. You could get a poster board. You could cut out just letters from out of a magazine. Just whatever your goals are. And when I sat there to do my first vision board, I was like, wow, this goes deeper than just putting something together, because you really got to give some thought process on where you want your life to go. Because Habakkuk said, write it down and make your vision plain. So when you make your vision plain, you got to really take some time out and think about what it is that you want to do. And my mother-in-law, when she was here last year at this time, she made her first vision board. And hers was all on weight loss and eating healthier and being, in a healthier state. Well, when I tell you, I talked to her on yesterday, and she said, and she looked good, she has lost, I want to say, probably about 50 pounds in a year. Looking fabulous. I would show you the picture, but it's on my phone. So, but she's looking good, and she was so excited when she first did that vision board, and to see that she really worked the vision board the whole time. She just didn't put it down there. I didn't even know that was something she was trying to do, but I thank God that, I was able to be a part of her. Thanking Jasmine, my friend Jasmine, when she came, she had a vision board at her house party, and you could get together and have vision board parties. So, and that's doing something different. And that's when you come into your friend's house, instead of y'all just, having cocktails and, talking or whatever, why don't you have a vision board party and make it fun? And, and it'll cause people to go to a whole different level. I promise you guys. So I'm just thankful, about renewing of our mind and just going to a whole nother level and investing in ourselves, because we want to invest into other stuff, but we don't invest into ourselves. Even with just, taking time to take a candlelight bubble bath, we'd be so stressed with life that you don't take time. But I'm thankful. Yes. My husband, every now and again, he'll run that bath water for me when he feel like stuff getting too tight for me, like I'm stressing or whatever, or just feel like I need to relax, because I keep going and going and going and going, and like the Energized Bunny. So he'll be like, babe, you need to just take a bath, and he'll just light the candles and, run the water for me. So I appreciate that. And, and get your feet done. Just go get your pamper you.
Yeah. I agree. You definitely got to take time for yourself. I say look good, feel good, do good. So, you know, you have to take time for first of all, when you wake up in the morning, it's supposed to be about you and God. You talk to God, you thank God for waking you up in the morning, and you thank Him for everything He's going to do for you that day. And then you get out them clothes, and just don't get out anything. Just don't slap your hair in the ponytail. Just don't go out the house without your haircut. If you need a haircut, go get your haircut. If you got a ponytail, take it out and style it up, because you deserve to be beautiful. You deserve to be handsome. So my thing is to you is you got to take time for yourself, and it's going to reflect. Yeah, you might have some imperfections. You might have this going on, that going on. But at the end of the day, if you feel good about yourself, you're going to make somebody feel good about themselves. So the first thing you do in the morning is make sure that you take care of you so you can help others.
And that's renewing your mind.
Yes.
Starting with the mind. Starting with giving God His praise. Then renewing your mind by reading the Word on a daily basis. Don't let it just be that one time. Just read the Word on a daily basis. Speak affirmations to your life. Speak affirmations, I say it again, to your life. And don't let nobody steal your peace. Don't let nobody steal your joy or your happiness, because the devil is slick and he comes in any way he can, so you cannot give him room. So you have to put your whole armor of God on before you leave the house, and that's Ephesians 6, when you have to put the breastplate of righteousness on, and you know, your belt, your gird up your belt of righteousness, and your salvation, your helmet of salvation. You know, those are things that you need. That's just to name a few that you got to have on just to walk out the door, and then just have the spirit of gratitude. And when you have the spirit of gratitude that you woke up, then you can move on with your day, and then make sure you bless somebody else in that day. And when you bless somebody else within that day, then, you know, you'll want to bless somebody else, because our life is not just for us, it's for somebody else. And so I'm just thankful. But we're going to end on tonight with, you know, just renewing of your mind, just investing in yourself. Meaning, you know, even if you got to invest with getting your credit together, get that together, because that's serious, y'all. And for the men out there, you know, that are planning on getting married or trying to do something, you the head of the household. So if your credit is not right, you're going to have to start somewhere and to get your credit together. Once you get your credit together, then your life will come together. Then you'll be ready, because when Eve came on the scene, Adam had everything she needed. He was already had a job. He had a place for her to stay. He had food. So he was a provider from day one. He was. So men, come on. If you're not there with trying to get your credit together, you know, and I know it takes time, but at least get started, you know, and then read your book. Write your book. If God is putting placed a book inside you, then start to write your book. If you're a poet, then start to write your poems. You know, if you a rapper, and if that's what your desires is, because God placed that in them too. Mm-hmm. You know, if you sing and you scared to sing, then start singing. Step out. That's all we're saying. And just renew your mind and do something different. Write it down and make it plain. Do your vision board. And then if you guys have done your vision board, because I asked people who was on last night, if you're going to join me tonight, then write down at least 3 things that you feel like you needed to renew your mind on. And then just put a powerful affirmation next to it about, you know, if you feel like you have attitude that need to be adjusted. So, you know, we've talked about on the first day of transformation, you know, renewing your mind, transformation with thinking on things that are lovely, Philippians 4:8. And then we talked on last night on renewing your mind, checking your attitude, you know, and having a good attitude or bad attitudes determines how well your life is going to go or how bad your life is going to go. And then on tonight, just investing in yourself. Take some time. And all of it ties together. And when it all ties in, then and you just giving God His glory and His praise, then guess what? Life is great. Right, babe? Mm-hmm. Life is good, isn't it? So I thank God for you guys. Like and share. Share and like. Like and share and like. So I appreciate you guys just being a part of our investment in ourselves. And not only in ourselves, but we are pouring out into you of what God has called us to do. So I just thank you guys for chiming in. And you can always go to my inbox. And if you have any questions or whatever, you know, just holler at me. You know, I am taking life coaching classes right now. That's what I'm doing. That's what I talk about, that investment. It's a chunk of investment too. It's not a cheap class to take. And if you guys believe in what I'm doing and you might want to just, you know, sow a seed into what I'm doing to help out with the class, to help out with things to make this better for you, then by all means do so. Just inbox me and let me know, or you want to sow a seed, or you could go to my Cash App, which is $P Boudrey, Boudrey. So, and when you sow seeds into soil ground, then you know you're going to reap a harvest. So just thought I'd throw that out there at you guys. But by all means, you guys have a blessed night. Love you, family, and I will talk to you soon.
See you next week.
All right. He'll see y'all next week. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.